Good morning, everybody. Happy Easter. Happy Easter Sunday. I hope that we're going to have a better selection than we did have yesterday, connection, but who knows? Hello, Margaret. Good morning. Nice to see you. Hi, Sandra. You're up early, or I suppose you're not up early in Turkey, but whatever the time is, whatever the time difference is. Morning, Nikki. Morning, June. Already spoken to June before this morning with some lovely cards that she's put over the page this morning. Morning, Kerry. How are you, my lovely? Carol, Shirley, good morning. So today we are forming. So the flowers are, get that straight with you, none of them are new things. I'm going to be working with the cornflower die. And I'm also going to be working with the Desford Fold card die, which was a couple of years ago, I think, and the cornflower was last year. So predominantly, I'm going to be showing you how we can work with the flowers, because a lot of people find flowers forming a little bit difficult. And so I thought I'd show you how one die can look really quite different. So lovely to see everybody. Morning, Di. Hi, Elizabeth. Oh, poor Elizabeth. Her central heating thingy blew up yesterday. Sorry about that, and hope that the weather gets a bit better for you so that it's up in Scotland. It might not be quite as lovely as it is here, because it really is lovely here. And everybody's saying happy Easter. Isn't it lovely to all get together for a little while? 2 hours ahead. Oh, right, okay. You're nearly ready for lunch. So I'm glad you're not having lunch just yet. Okay. So, the flower. Now, the flower, as I say, is the cornflower. John's brilliant ideas where they come in one plate. Okay, so this is the plate that it comes in, and all the bits and pieces are on there. Now, this one has got a matching frayed, but to be honest, what we're going about what the actual die is, the stamp is, matching stamp is like, we're actually going to be forming the flowers. So when we cut it out in one plate. What I usually do to save wastage is I cut an A4 piece of card into quarters, into fours, and so then I've got exactly the right size to run one plate through, that you can see the different flowers. And so this is what this comes out with here. So you've got two large ones, two medium, two small, and then the three different sizes of the stamens in the centre. So got with me, morning Heather, morning Doreen, Shirley, Sheila, Michelle, glaze. Now, I like to use the glue glaze when I'm putting these flowers together, because I find that it actually sticks so quickly that it is perfect for this. I'd also probably use a hot glue gun in order to attach the flowers, because they're going to be quite bulky. I may well use that to attach the flowers to my actual card in the end. But I find that to put the flowers together, the glue glaze is my best option here. So let's start as if we were sort of complete to put that flower absolutely on top of there. You've got a really pretty flower. It is completely flat, which is fine. But I don't. So absolutely fine if you like it, but if you don't, then not absolutely fine. So I could have 3 different flowers out of this one, just simply with putting them together like that. So I've off-centred. We don't want to put it 2 on top of each other, exactly on top of each other, because that looks, want to put it so that you have got them with the petals alternating, so that you've got much more of a fuller flower. So that's how you could do corn, just stuck one on top of another, and that's absolutely fine as well. So that would be one option. Now, let's take the petals and let's start moulding them a little bit and see if we can change them a bit more. So if we first of all just take each petal, so I'm going to hold it in the centre so that I've got some support there, because obviously it's all been cut out. It's not that fragile, but it's fragile-ish. cutting out. There's nothing I can do about it, and I don't know why it does. I think it is purely so many people are on the net at the moment, but I am told that when you look back at it later, it isn't quite so bad. So please bear with me. So I'm going to the centre, and then I'm just going to take my finger and thumb and I'm going to pull up each of the petals. So I'm going to turn it, pull it up, and as I go round, I'm just starting at the bottom and I'm working it all the way up right to the top. And as I get to the top bit, I'm sort of giving it a little bit of a flick so that that part is really curled up. Okay, so I think you can then see that that is quite different. Okay, so I'm going to do that to these as well. I'm going to do it a bit quicker so that you're not there forevermore watching. So I've done that and that one. So let's put those. Okay. And whoops, hold on. I need to turn that round a little bit because we need that a bit. So there's your one all curling up. Now let's give it another layer. Because if you think about it, a cornflower is a little bit more than just do the same effect. Oh, hold on. Same effect, curling it all up. Put that into the centre of that one. And then let's give ourselves one of the little stamens. So I'm going to take, and I've got my moulding mat, and I'm just going to press hard and just give it a little, see hopefully that really comes up very noticeable like that. And I'm going to pop that one into the centre of my flower. And I'm just going to hold that in place. Whoops, I don't want that such a big thing there. And then if I just press, it just presses it all up just a little bit more. But you can see how round and ball-shaped that flower is. So that's quite a different flower than when we were doing this one, which you can see there's already a difference I could do with just those two. So let's put those to one side. Okay. So then I've got another set. So let's go through with this set. So this embossing tool, you can see how easily these come out. I haven't even tried, but they come out nicely. And that makes a beautiful stencil. You could do it for any of your flowers, which is really lovely. So here you go. So the same here. We've got 2 big, 2 medium, 2 small, and the 3 different dies. So let's try and use our ball tool with this one. So I'm going to turn them on its back. That size, quite large sizes, but I'm going to use this, and I'm just so it just sort of sits itself up like that. But this is the back side of it, so I'm just doing it on the back. Okay, then I'm going to go round and round in the centre. Okay, so you can see already the difference. Sorry, put that down so you can see the difference with just those two, whichever way I'm doing it. So let's go again. So we turn and pull it towards me. Okay, so just put, I'm not doing anything more difficult than just pulling that towards me. Okay, and then I'm turning it and I'm going round and round in the circle in the centre there. And then I'm going to take a bit of glue glaze, pop that into the centre, as I know that that will pick it up very, very quickly. Offset them slightly. Hold it down and press it down and then push hard. And I think that you can see that it gives you almost like a bell type flower on that one. Can you see that? But again, really different to that one already, the cornflower die, but already a really different finish to it. And I'm going to pop my largest stamen centre in the centre, and I'm just going to do that and do that. Well, I'll do that. Wait a minute. I'm just going to take a dark, just going to colour in. Hold on a minute. That's going to take us for ages. We don't want to do that. So I'm just going to colour in the actual little dots on the edges. So all of the little dots. just pop in a little bit, all of the actual dots, just in a slightly different, slightly darker shade. Get it right in a minute. Darker. If you are having trouble seeing it, can I just suggest that you go back and then I don't know if there's a better time to do these when not everybody's online, but maybe it will be a bit better later on. So just press that. It takes a second or two to hold. Let's probably put that back on. The difference that one makes. So by using my ball tool, I've just done it on the back first, pulled it up, and then I have put this one and I've just coloured the edges of that. Okay, so wait a minute, and there's more. So I'm now going to just going to put these to one second. I'm going to use one more flower and I'm going to show you. So I'm going to take out all the flowers and I'm going to be using all in this set on this one. Now, when you look at this actual shape, you can see that all of them have got a cut. It's not just a score line. If you were to take each one of them and just bend them, so what I do by that is I push down on that centre bit and then just sort of pinch the very tip of it so that it takes each petal and bends it on the lines of where the actual cuts are. So it's sort of then makes it into a very thin petal. Now they do look a little bit odd when you do them just like that, but bear with me. So I'm just going to continue to do all of them in the same way. So it's literally just I'm taking the tip of the petal and I'm just letting it fold along the lines where it's already slit. So it's a little bit sort of different along there. Okay. And while I'm doing this laborious, fill you in with bits and pieces that are going on this weekend. Thank you very much for all your orders for the Easter sale. You've got some bargains there, I can tell you. I think there might be the odd one or two mystery parcel, but literally is the odd one or two left. I have added some more of the dot and do. This time they are not random, they are what you see. I've managed to get hold of some of those. So if you wanted any of the dot and do, which we did on the Facebook Live yesterday, there are a few left over on the website. I have added some more pink ink design stamps and some other bits and pieces. And there will be a few more things added tomorrow before the one-day special in the evening. So, hold on, nearly there. Staff, right, we've still got the same staff here. They are okay. They are on car washing duties this morning. For some of you may know that my husband enjoys his classic cars, and so he's decided that they all need to be cleaned right now. It is a lovely day down here, so it is probably best. But I heard the engine's going, and I realised that he decided that he thought he might go out and get... Oh dear, we are going to have words about that. Right, so I've upwards now, and I'm just going to give them all a little tickle on the tum. So all a little bit of just a moulding. All I'm doing is I'm pushing down onto my moulding mat, sort of flick up like that, and even more so with my centre one there. Okay, now I'm going to put them all together and I'm going to make one big flower now. I'm going to have all of the petals all in one. Again, if you look at some of the cornflowers for real life, they are a little bit more like this. And I'm just going to start on top of one another, and I'm trying to offset the petals as I go. Okay, so I've got 3. Now I'm going a bit over the top now, I'll give you that, but I'm just showing you just how different. You could stop here, you could keep going, but how different by putting all these layers on how different it is. You just did them individually. Nearly there, nearly there. A little bit more glue glaze. Nice to see you, Sandra. Now give us a good excuse to go outside. It is a lovely morning to take your dog for a walk, that's for sure. Morning, Moya. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Put the very centre one in. And then push down hard. And when I'm pushing down, I'm not only pushing down to make the flower and keeping it, pushing down the glue to keep it stuck, but I'm also have purposefully not used any different flowers on, any different card on here than any ordinary card that you would needed to show you how you can make a card with any card that you might have. Okay, so let's look at some of these different flowers that we've done. So let's stick an ordinary one together, because it's one die set, the cornflowers. We could start off, and we did start off, with one that was absolutely flat here, okay? So this is just the two flowers, one on top of another. Yes, it does mean that your card will be a flat card, flattish card to send. But personally, that's not my idea of a flower, but everybody's different. Then we took this one and we flicked all of the petals completely upright. And that's a 3-layer one. Well, 4 with the stamens in the centre. This one is just 2, the 2 largest flowers. And this one was made that way and then just pushing down into the centre. And then I coloured the little stamens on there. And then this one is the much more fuller one, with taking advantage of the fact that these are designed with the little slits down the each of the petals, so that you actually fold that upright like that. And I think you'll agree, and I can see that you do, how different can one flower be? And I know people make all sorts of other flowers with it. They will sort of make them into fuchsias and goodness knows what. But it is a cornflower, and I'm trying to show you today an artist, shall we say, but it just goes to show how many different things you can do with one die itself. Okay, so that's our flower arrangement, which I'm going to put onto I'm going to move that to one side and just bring in this die set to show you. So this, as I said, was one of John Next Door's cards about 2 years ago. I don't know that time flies just at the moment to you. I cannot believe how long it's been. Well, we've only been here for what? 4 weeks I've been here. And it seems to be forever, but still. Okay, so this was a while. It's a die set that actually will end up giving you a card. It's got 10 dies in it. This is the card base. Oh, let me push that to one side. That's the actual card base. So that's what we need to make the card. Then within the die set, you have got as well. You've got various, if you look at this, you've got various other inserts. You've got the corners to just do the corners here. And you've got a huge go into the centre bit as well. So we've got quite a lot of choice in here. So what I've done is I've taken, now if you turn them over, you will see that the design of this is that it's a cutting line all the way round. And there is a cutting line on half of that oval, but not on here. This will just give you a crease line here to show you where the half of the card is. So if you want to put it so that the front of your card is showing with a pattern on, you will need to put your cutting plate within the part which has just got the fold on, because that bit will not cut away. So I'm putting that down there. I would tape that onto a piece of card. Now the piece of card that I've got is actually one of John's that he brought it out at the time, and what that was some special of the crystal silver cards. Hold on, let me just get some to show you. Talk amongst yourselves, because I can't pick it up. Oh, blimey. Right, here you go. So it's the crystal silver card, and it's 300 GSM, so it's really quite strong. And it came in the pack with 20, it comes in a pack, I should say, with 25 of these. So it's a flat piece of card, 25 of those, and matching, but you might all matching silver crystal paper envelopes. Now they have been designed so that they are bigger. As you can see, they're bigger. Is when we have finished this card, it is going to be a 3-dimensional card, and you need to have a bit more room in your envelope in order to send it. You could have a box card, but in order to send it, it's just a good idea to have a really good quality card, a lovely matching shiny envelope, and I just think that's a really nice finish. So in order to cut it out, simply put that cutting side down onto there, and then making sure we're onto the bit which is the non-cutting bit, and then we tape that in place, run that through our machine, and this is what we get when that comes out. So as you can see, I've got already really pretty pattern here. I've got, hopefully you can see the crease lines here, but a much more determined one there. And this part has been already cut. So I simply need to turn it over and fold on the fold lines, on the score lines there, so that it stands up. Oh, can you see that? See that, the right angle, but it's standing up like that. Okay. So I've got one here I did earlier. That's the same thing, exactly the same thing, same card. So I've also used these ovals that come with it. So you've got a variety of finishes. You've got the largest one, which is just the plain edge, and I've cut that out in blue. Okay, and that is going to be stuck there. So let me just do that whilst I think about it. It's glue at the moment. So that one is designed that it fits in there with a lovely little border all the way round. And whoops, move it over a bit. There we are. So that's your first layer. Now, the second 2 layers I've actually put together because stitch and dot. Watch this space for stitch and dot. There you go. Sandra's in Turkey, Nicola. And you've got the outside edge and the inside edge here. And then you've got this piece, which is a decorative piece, which if you look at the box, beautifully fits of ways that you could do this. But this bit has not got a cutting edge, so it does need to go within your die. And so I've used that and cut that out together. So I've got the stitch and dot on that side and the decorative frame in. So just pop a little bit of glue onto there. Now at this stage I could put a sentiment on, but I think that, and sort out what sentiment we want at a later date. And which ones we fancy look the best out of all of those. I wonder what your favourite is. I'm still thinking about what my favourite is. I've also cut out some ferns. Now I've cut them out in white and blue, and I'm not quite sure which is going to go the best. So we might use both of them. I don't know yet. I can decide as I go along. So let's decide if they were to go there like that. Now, let's try this one first. So if I want a flat card, but to me that is number 4. Don't want number 4. We could use that one, which is much of the cupped one, which would look really lovely if you were doing one of the little wreaths and that sort of thing. I think that it stands out more, but it's not my favourite. Now what I can't decide is whether, which I do quite like, and that's got the little added colouring bar, whether I like that one. I'm going to take that out of the way because that's a big that's my favourite. So that was where I picked, and I don't think that I need to put anything else on there, to be honest with you. And because I can, I'm going to put the both of my ferns on. So I'm going to put them into place. So if you're interested in this, I mean, this is one that you may well have, because as I said, they have been round, they aren't new. I'd like to take advantage of the special offer that's on today. You can pop over to the website, onto the Sun, all the items that I've used on there, including the glue glaze, the special envelopes and cards, the Desford Cornflower. They're all over there. If you are interested in any of those. But hopefully a lot of you have already got them anyway. I'm going to put them in slightly different angles, not angles, different order than I did before. So if you've only just joined us, thank you very much for coming along today. And if you have missed any of it, it will go within a few minutes. It will go back onto the Face Group page that you have missed out on. Okay, so I'm going to pop my little thing here. Now, all I'm going to do, because that does seem to click in much quicker, and I'm going to put my ball tool on it just to hold it in place while it does click. To be honest, as I said to you, as it is very, very thick, I would probably have gone for the hot glue gun in order to stick that. But that should be fine as well, as you can see it is. Nice. Let me just see what the card is finished like that, and that's absolutely fine. But there is one other little thing that might look quite nice. Now, I just need to do a little measurement, because I'm just sort of thinking about this as I go along. So I'm going to measure my card, and I'm going to 15 by 7 and a little bit centimetres. I'm going there. So I'm going to take a piece of the same coloured card. That is so I've just cut a piece of the same blue card that I was actually doing the flowers with, and I'm just going to pop that behind my card. I think that looks really nice. I like that. So I'm going to open my card up. Now, had I thought about this before, it would have been better to do it before. But nevertheless, I should put a little bit of glue onto the edges here. Okay. A little bit there, not going too close to that edge because I don't want the cards to stick together. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue just in that part there. Going to pop that in on that side so that when I close it up, it will all stick, because I know there was glue there. Now, because I wasn't going to do that, I think that, but I think that looks even better. So that is the end of today's card. Just wanted to show how do you send such a card. If you open it out flat now and you take that particular set, as I say, plenty of room to carefully slide your card in. I'm not going to be creasing it at all. Yeah, you could still send it like this, but what I mean is that it is quite well protected there and it fits in there quite nicely. I haven't had to squeeze and then start risking the card going, so it's quite a nice idea. Okay, and you can write on it in that bit there, or if you, and there's your card all ready for Easter. Happy Easter Sunday. Okay, so if you haven't already got fed up of me, I will be here one more time tomorrow, Easter Monday at 11 o'clock in the morning. A little bit more of a technique class to show you, having a bit of a play. Some of the things that we play with you may well have already had, so don't think that you've got to keep on spending money. You may already have. So it'd be great to see what you can make of all the different flowers. Obviously, these flowers, I've done them in blue because cornflowers are blue, but you may think we'll do them in a different colour. I've done. Look, they can all look so different, different designs, but just one flower that we've actually used. All available on the Sunday special there. So have a great day. I know that you can't be with your loved ones, but give them a ring. Let's hope they ring you, maybe. Do FaceTime or something like that. Do Facebook Live, whatever you fancy, but get in touch with someone. Don't be on your own if you possibly can be. And don't forget, we're always here on the page for you to have a natter. Show us what you've been doing. I don't know about you. For some things, I found it quite difficult to start off with, to actually get my head into gear. Suddenly you've got all this time to be doing your craft anymore. But I think that I'm lucky that I've got over that bit now, and hopefully you have too, with some of the new things that I've shown you to do. Have a great day, and look forward to seeing you hopefully tomorrow morning, same time, 11 o'clock. Thanks very much. Bye bye.